Cheers, guys. Thank you guys for being with me again. Another day, another week in the Matrix. How is my beautiful family doing from the stars, man? Hello, Noah, Queen Alien. Hello, Pamela. Hello, FSBS. What up, Etheric? How you guys doing, man? How are the energies treating you guys? As you guys can see, I put up another poll like I usually always do, and I will always do. And then we'll get to the message of the day. So, man, the more and more I move along with this journey of returning to self, the more I understand that there's just so much noise out in the world, in the spiritual communities. So many opinions, so many different truths that we forget to return to our truth, you know? We forget to come back to ourselves. And the more I go along with this journey, the more it becomes a journey of having a relationship with the universe, your personal relationship with the universe. And that's almost all it is. It's easy to look outside of ourselves. It's easy to blame the stars, to blame this and the day and this person. But it's always best when you return and you detach and you'll see everything with clarity from your own personal viewpoint, your own personal perception. And that has brought forth the best healing for me, the best clarity, and the best manifestations as well. Believe it or not, my friends, you're not just here to do your shadow work and heal. You are here to manifest your abundance. Your birthright is manifesting. It's what you naturally do automatically. When you are in the spiritual realm, whatever it is that you're focusing on and thinking becomes manifested on the spot. That's why for a lot of us, we have this great remembrance of our true selves. We come in here and things become difficult because, man, you can't just manifest with a thought. Here you actually have to work for it. That's why a lot of us have a hard time in this world. And we have to learn. We have to learn that in here, it's about taking action. It's about believing in ourselves. It's about moving forth with purpose. And then eventually our manifestations will come to us if we keep believing in that manifestation, if we keep matching with that timeline. And again, the way you're going to be able to do this, my friends, is to return to you, the self. The self is where all of the deities are at. It's where Jesus is, it's where Shiva is, it's where God is. Returning to the self is the most spiritual thing you can do. It detaches yourself from all other truths that do not vibe with yours, even if they're spiritual truths. Especially if they're spiritual truths. We all come in with a great remembrance. A remembrance of who we actually are. So the journey is going to be difficult at first because we're programmed with so much negativity. We're programmed to move from fear, creating fear-based timelines. We naturally, as light workers, we naturally move towards higher based timelines of love, naturally. So when we're programmed to think, hey, don't go after your dreams, don't go after your passions, how are you going to make money like that? How are you going to do this like that? Sit down and listen to your teacher and look up at your teacher, right? We're programmed to be rebellious against these things. It's all done on purpose. The beginning is always the most difficult part because you have to recognize what it is that you were programmed from. Once you recognize all these things, you're going to be able to then release it, and the universe will help you with it. It's just that when we are, as a human, we're only using about 5% of our conscious mind. The rest is subconscious. So we don't know what's going on underneath unless you meditate, do your breath work, use hypnosis, listen to music, into your emotional body, all that stuff, man. All right, so let's get to the message of the day real quick before I say hi to every single one of you guys. There's a version of you already walking in alignment, confidence, and purpose. You don't need to become them. You just need to remember and choose them every day. So, this is how the spiritual realm works. Becoming something is just a word used in the 3D that represents remembrance. We're all something already. We're all, and all of us are at a dimensional space right now, a reality right now, where all of our manifestations and our healings have happened already. It's done. All we need to do right now in the present is match to it with our belief systems. Let go of logic. Logic is a limit. It limits you. Logic was created for this 3D world. You can have spiritual logic if you want to use that. And spiritual logic says that you connect to timelines through your beliefs that already are happening now. So start speaking to yourself like you are that version of you that you want to be now. Embody it. Even if, because look, if you want to be like a healer and you're helping people and stuff, right? But you have doubts, that doubt is what's keeping you from being that healer. Well, I'm not there yet. Well, I don't know this yet. I don't know that yet, right? Start embodying that version of yourself, even if you don't think you're there yet. Because that's not how time works in the spiritual realm. You have to already know that you're that already. Then this version of self comes to the now in this reality and then becomes created. That's how the universe works. This is why, again, logic, 3D logic, is an illusion and it's a limit. You limit yourself. Okay. Let's get to the poll over here. People are still typing, or clicking on their options and the poll. What word describes you? What word describes your next season? Activation, liberation, alignment, and creation. I see a lot of liberation here, which is fantastic. Alignment and activation. Seems like creation is last because we're still not ready yet as a collective truly to understand our gifts yet. But we will. We will, we will. We absolutely will. And also, before I get started, I guess, there's still a lot of us that truly don't know who we are yet. There's still a lot of us that are light masters, a lot of us that are ascended masters, and we don't know that we're that yet. We're not supposed to know yet, right? You're not there in your evolution yet to know this. So for now, keep loving yourself. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on the version of you that you're creating in the now. Because the now is the only thing that exists anyway. And eventually you're going to embody that version of you that you have always been. Okay. Hello, Random Thoughts. What up, Kearns? Happy birthday, Kearns. Let's go, man. Happy birthday, brother. Hello, Noah. Did I miss any other? Sonia, my Indigo Type 3 son had to go to a mental health facility today. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope everything's gonna be turning okay. All right, Sonia. Godspeed to you. Okay, love and light. Everything will turn out fine. Things are tough, man. Things are tough for light workers and starseeds. At least in the beginning, it's always gonna be tough in the beginning, right? Eventually, they're gonna find what they're here for, their purpose, all that stuff. They're gonna find who they are. And again, it's just the programming of this world, man. There's literally nothing wrong with anybody that's a starseed. There's nothing wrong, even if they go to a mental facility. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just this place that programs them to think that there's something wrong with them. But there's nothing wrong. Eventually, they're going to find their purpose. Promise you. I promise you that's what's going to happen. Some of us, man, we're not healed yet. Because, like, look, if your guides come and tell you, hey, this is what you're going to do, right? And you're not ready to hear that yet, you're going to be afraid. You're going to be scared. Wow, that's so grand. Wow, that's this crazy direction. I thought I was going this way, you know? And some of you probably already know internally, you just don't accept it yet. And that's okay. That's what healing is. Healing is for you to uncover yourself so you can finally accept who you actually are, what you actually came to do. That's the more difficult part. Embodying that version of self, that would come easy to you guys. Because it comes naturally to you, it's what you are. It's just the opinions of others, the judgment of others that you have to deal with. But again, they don't know. They don't believe in spirituality, and if they do, they probably believe in religions. They don't understand like you do because you are a master. You're a starseed. You're a light worker. You're meant for this. You're a spiritual person. Sensitive to all energies. An empath. It's done on purpose. God makes no mistakes, man. There's an insane, beautiful cosmic plan that is happening right now. And all those dark timelines are all a part of the evolution. All of it. We as a human race, we still have a lot to learn. Even though we're already waking up to spirituality, there's still a lot to learn about how the spiritual realm actually works. And it's actually pretty simple once you actually understand that it's about frequency, energy, and vibration. Once you truly understand this and apply this to everything, the spiritual realm becomes simple to understand. Hello, Sonali. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you too. I want to get rid of my sound sensitivity or just use it to my advantage. I get so annoyed when hearing someone's voice. I think it's trauma from my own voice. Repression in the past. The number one thing to do, or the number one thing to understand is know where it comes from. So you already know where it comes from. Here's the thing, y'all. Like sometimes one thing also that I'm learning is I used to focus so much, you know, on like, why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling this? Why am I feeling this? That I forgot that like I'm also living my life. You know what I mean? I'm also a human and I'm going to feel negative things no matter how healed I think I am. People's opinions are still going to get to me. People's judgment is still going to get to me. I still have doubts. It's still going to happen because that's just the human experience, you know? And that's okay that happens. There's nothing wrong with me. I shouldn't try to heal everything all the time. Just move and live your life, at an easy pace. If it becomes too much of a distortion, then that's when you need to return to yourself and meditate, call upon your star families, and try to detach as much as you possibly can. Return to yourself again. And the self is just a relationship with God, a personal relationship with the universe and God. Cheers, Sonia. Got the cool little cat right here, see? And the stars, see, I think FSPS said that last time. The cat with the stars. Lyran, see? Lyran star family. Do you have a technique on how, as empaths, we can keep from embodying others' emotions? Had an incident last week, pure bridled rage, anger took over me, and my husband had to hold me back. Literally, okay. Okay, okay, so like I said, you're always going to feel other people's energies, right? It's just what we are. It's, you have to come in terms that that's okay that happens, but there's balance here, okay? There's a spectrum of distortion that you want to look out for as well. Okay, so if you have a feeling of rage or all that stuff, the best thing to do, right, if you're around the people that are causing that, is just leave, man. Right? Leave, get up, and leave. Even if, let's say, they won that argument, right? Or who cares about that? That there is no winning in arguments anyway. If something like this happened, because that's happened to me several times as well, where I spoke out of rage, even as a healed person, right? Healed, right? We're always healing, we're always learning. Um, but yeah, keep mindfulness, right? Don't let things trigger you, and if they do, get up and go outside and just let the air hit you, right? Let the air hit you. Now, sometimes we hold on to this type of stuff, and talking about it with someone else does help us release it. So what I like to do is I like to just go into myself, right? And speak to my guides about it, right? Even if you don't listen, you can't hear your guides or they don't channel through you or anything, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they're not listening. Act like as if they are listening. Visualize them around you like as if they are there, because they are, and tell them, I feel this rage because of this, and I feel guilty for feeling this rage. Be like real about it. You know what I mean? Be like super real about what you're saying, and even just talking through it is like helps you release it, right? That doesn't mean that they have to come with, okay, do this and do this, do this. It's just about releasing what the energy that you have, and then from there you can move forward. It's all about mindfulness and moving slowly. Another thing too, try your best to avoid, if because you can feel that as empath. This is the cool power about being an empath, is that when you're around people, you can feel like this person's going to trigger me. So let me try my best to just avoid it, right? Let me try my best to go this way, right? Or I'm not going to that place because there's no point in me having my energy there. Let me go to other places where my energy is reciprocated. You know what I mean? So if you are on a spiritual journey of evolution and you're healing yourself, right, and you're discovering yourself, your frequency is going to be up here rather than others are going to be down here. So don't match their frequency, right? Match others that are in this frequency. Match spaces that are in this frequency, if that makes sense, okay? And one last thing. Don't beat yourself up for having this experience, right? Don't be like, oh, fuck, great. Now I let this get to me, right? Just treat this like a learning lesson. Treat it like an opportunity to grow. Um, so Nali, what can I do to balance masculine energy and feminine energy within? That's a good question. Um, yeah, again, you have to really understand the energies as well, because there's still a lot of distortion when it comes to the true masculine energy. A lot of people think masculine energy is just assertiveness, but it's just one part of that's that's the masculine energy is direction, and direction in the energy of direction comes assertiveness, but it doesn't have to be assertive. You can choose direction in a different, more softer way, which is balancing, right, with the feminine energy, I guess, if you could look at it this way, you know. So try to, you know, masculine energy is also presence as well. So try to truly understand your own masculine and feminine energy within, right? Because everyone has their own unique energy and their own unique expression of self, right? And so you're going to express your energies in a unique way. So let's say, like myself, I'm a male, right? So my masculine energy is probably going to be a little bit more this way, right? A little bit more masculine than your energy, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm imbalanced. I'm just balanced for the energies that I come with compared to you or others, right? So find balance within yourself from yourself rather than comparing yourself to others, you know, because a lot of people in the, you know, spiritually, they do this a lot. Balance is only this, it's only this part. No, that's, everyone has their own way of balancing. So find that in yourself, you know, discover yourself on that stuff, you know. And when you feel balanced, right, tell yourself, I'm balanced. You know, even if you don't feel balanced, tell you I'm a balanced being. I'm balanced in both of my energies. When you do this, you're bringing forth timelines, right, where you become more balanced. You know, that's how the universe actually works, right, by matching timelines, you know. So try that as well. If you feel yourself becoming too feminine, right, which is too, maybe too still, do things, right? Get up and go to the gym or something. That's masculine energy. If you feel yourself too stressed, you know, thinking of the future too much, like return to the present, which is feminine, right? Return to stillness again, and just it's always like this, you know. Balance is always going to be like this. The best way you can get balance for yourself is to get this one right here, you know, balance right here instead of having it over here, right? Catch yourself in your balance, you know. As small as you possibly can move this needle, the more balanced you will be in your own energy. What's going on, FSBS? I'll get rid of sound sensitivity. Ah, okay, for sure. Okay, question. What is something we can do for the Lionsgate portal? Can I start manifesting tomorrow? You can do it right now. I mean, you can literally get off this live and just begin to visualize yourself. Use the law of assumption here and the law of focus, okay? So the more you focus on something, the more you're bringing that to the now. So focus on an assumption of yourself that you already have everything that you need, and feel as much as you can this timeline that you're trying to create, right? It's already out there in the ether. All you got to do is bring it here with your focus, with your spiritual focus, your third eye, your feelings, your thoughts, and your beliefs. You know what I mean? When you feel yourself like clearing the energy, right? Let's say you're visualizing yourself with your new house, right? You want a new house. That's what you want to manifest. Totally okay. You feel yourself walking into this new house, and then while you're meditating and you feel yourself clearing your energy because it feels good and you feel happy, you are literally creating that. You're bringing it here. That's how manifesting works. The more intense that gets, because that's your emotional body, you know, and obviously you're visualizing it, so that's the mental body. The more intense that gets, the more real it gets, the more it comes here. And the reason why the Lionsgate portal is powerful is because the whole collective is focused on this portal. So what you do is you match to the collective mind where everybody's focusing, the law of focus, on this portal. So now you're in this timeline where everyone's trying to manifest. So it makes your intention stronger. That's why portals are powerful. You know what I mean? But again, like I always say, you don't need a day, a portal, or anything, right? It just helps with intention. That's why it's more powerful, you know. But start right now. The portal in astrology, the portal peak, is not going to end up until 12, right? And the no, excuse me, the peak is going to be on the 8th, but the portal energy is not going to end until the 12th. So you can take advantage of this now, and do it every day. Manifest every single day. If you guys want to go check out my Patreon, I have the ritual that I used last year and the year before that to manifest everything that I have now. You guys can go ahead and check that out. But again, go only if you are called to, of course. You know. Very true, Kearns. Pick your battles. Very, very true. Most energies are absolutely, almost like 99% of energies are not worth it. The only times there are maybe discussions and stuff like that is when you're with like someone that you know is your counterpart, right? And even if they're not your counterpart, there's probably some evolution that's going on here anyway. You know what I mean? And even then, you got to pick your battles. Yes, absolutely, Etheric. The trigger and the rage is a mirror that's already inside of you. Every time you get triggered on anything, um, it's always about you. This whole journey is about universe. You. People are mirrors to you. If someone triggers you, it's because you, right, have something inside of you that needs focusing on, so you can release that. Yes? So thanks for bringing that up, Etheric. Yes, absolutely, FSPS. Let's go, Sarah. Thank you for being here. Empaths can feel into others' emotions because they feel a need to hyper attune to them, usually in order to feel safe. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Very true. You can turn this into a superpower, though. Of course, once you start noticing your own energies, and you really start studying yourself, discovering yourself, you can really turn it into a superpower, because that's how readings are done. You know, all empaths can do readings. We are all doing it basically all the time. When we get out, we're always feeling other people's energies. We can feel how they feel. We can, and then from there we can even see into future possible timelines. You know. By the way, I haven't asked, how are you today, Edgar? I'm doing fantastic, FSBS. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing great. I'm here chilling. It's kind of hot today, though, over here in Southern California. I mean, it's always kind of hot over here, but it's especially hot today. Cheers. Thank you for asking that. I had a pretty amazing connection today. If you guys have read my community post here on YouTube, I had a very surreal, intense connection with an Anunnaki presence, which is they were basically my guides. I never knew I was Anunnaki until today. So there it is. I'll talk more about that in my Patreon if you guys want to go check it out. This video will be free. You know, most of my videos are going to be free. I will be making other videos as well, but again, the tiers are only there if you guys want to support me, and if you guys want to truly if you guys vibe with my message and all that stuff, you know. Anunnakis are frequencies and energies and entities that basically have created the human race back in the day. Back in the day, I say like if it's the 60s, you know. But that's who Thoth is, that's who Enki is, all these I want to talk more about this in my Patreon, but I'll just say this: a lot of the Greek gods in mythology, a lot of the Egyptian, all of them actually, all the Egyptian gods, all the Greek gods, are Anunnaki beings. That's what my Anunnaki self told me. I call him king because he just felt like a king, even though he wasn't a king or anything. He had like a staff as well. I'll talk more about this in my video. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff, man, that he told me. A lot of stuff. So I have a lot to say about this. It was a very intense session. Very intense. But it was fantastic. You know, I didn't feel any negative energy or any darkness or anything. They felt rather neutral. There was light energy as well, but they felt rather neutral energy. Michael, hello Edgar. Thanks for all your help in transitioning. My emotions have been so wild this year. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Hopefully my content has helped you in any way, you know. Um, Wendy, I am living in a home where I am hated and I need a prayer. Yeah, for sure. Okay. First of all, before we get to the prayer, understand, Wendy, that everything that happens in your life, included being the black sheep of the family and stuff like that, which, by the way, all of us are like that, you know. Um, it's all there for evolution, you know, even if it's difficult to understand in the moment. Just understand that there is a great destiny for you. There is a grand evolution happening for you, a great cosmic plan happening for everyone, not, you know, not just you obviously, but you're a part of that as well. And know that since you are going through this, it basically means you're an old soul, okay? You're ready to truly evolve from this earth plane. You know what I mean? So truly feel that and understand that. Let's put some hearts for Wendy on the chat, guys, just to let her know that she is loved by the Soul Fam. Even if people in your family don't understand your truth, Wendy, even if people around you don't understand who you are, we understand who you are. Because we're all going through it as well, my friends. All of us are going through this. It's going to be a magical time. You just got to be patient with yourself. And this gives you an opportunity, yeah, to truly focus on yourself, right? If other people around you are saying, oh, we don't like her and that she's weird or blah, 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 perfect. Separate yourself from them for now and return to you, right? And there are beings in the spiritual realm that do vibe with you, that love you, that are guiding you right now, and they're literally waiting for you to connect. The spiritual realm doesn't connect with words, it connects with intention. So go within yourself and try to connect with your spirit family with love. And know that the spirit family is there for you. Okay? You are never, ever alone. Ever. It's an illusion. They're always around you. Always. I mean, I can feel my family around me right now. Okay? Bye-bye, FSBS. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you for that wonderful message as well. All right, let me get into this meditative state, yeah? Turn up the volume here. Every single thing that has happened in your life has happened because it's supposed to. There's evolution behind all of your pain. Your pain is where your glory hides. Look besides the negativity on the outside and go within yourself and you will find gold. The universe is always giving you opportunities to grow, especially during dark seasons. If you close your eyes and open your real eye, you will see. Not through vision, but through feeling. Words are only here to represent intention. Feel the intention of love that you are receiving from the universe. Feel the intention of love that you receive from your guides, from your ancestors, from your guardian angels, and from the Creator itself. The Creator is neither a man or a woman. The Creator is one, and the Creator's original energy is love. As soon as you begin to love yourself, it means that God is loving you as well. This is how the spiritual realm communicates. Love yourself, Wendy. Love yourself, Lightworkers. Because when you do, you invite God in your heart. The power is truly within all of us, my friends, okay? We all have the power, and this is what the Anunnaki told me. We all have the power within ourselves, with our beliefs, to empower ourselves. No matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone does, you can create the life that you want to create, no matter where you're from. Even if it seems impossible. You're welcome, Wendy. Rereading about people being mirrors and get this quote: you cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. That's a wonderful quote, man. Wonderful quote. Fantastic. Yes, it's very true. That's this, that's the journey in and of itself, is really just recognizing yourself through others. And here's the thing, you don't have, if you get triggered, it's okay that you get triggered. Because I used to really beat myself up because I would get triggered, even if I wouldn't say anything. Man, why are you getting triggered for that? You should not get triggered for this, I created like an inner critic, and that was lowering my frequency even more, So it's just like, you just gotta have to know that this is the human experience. This is what it is to be a human, and that's fucking okay, man. That is okay. We're all energies of God anyway. We're one big giant being with a unique expression right now being expressed. Beautiful message. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much, Medea. No worries. Eternal and infinite gratitude to you, my brother. Thank you so much for that message. Good evening, Edgar and everyone. I might be missing something important, or might have screwed something up without releasing it. Okay. What is it? What's going on, Omkra? Remember, words are powerful, okay? Words are spells, right? But remember, there's always an intention behind the word. That's the truest energy of the word. It's not really the word itself, so always try to change your words around, yeah? Edgar, are you doing any personal channel messages today? Today is going to be a very short live. I'm probably going to leave in about 20 minutes because I got some other stuff I got to do. But I will take channel messages now. If you guys want, we'll do it now until the end. Until 20 minutes from now. Yeah. So go ahead and ask my friends. Noah, you want a channel message? And by the way, if you guys want a reading, Let me know about your situation. Like if you're going through something, right? Let me know so I can truly focus on it and really kind of feel exactly what it is, and then from there I can channel your guides. Okay? Trying to feel you right now. No, okay? The same stuff that I usually feel from you. Sensitive soul. You vibe with the water element a lot. Earth as well. Oh, super chat. Let's go. First super chat of the live. Thank you so much, Noah. I'm wondering what's next where I am at. Okay. I think you have feelings of like you're stuck, right? Like you haven't progressed, or you've progressed, but then you kind of just hit a wall. I think this is what you're feeling. This is a good thing, okay? You know how it is in the spiritual realm. Whenever you hit a wall, right? It usually means that there's going to be a very big purge going on, or a very big purge that's going to happen. It's going to require a lot of introspection and belief of self. It seems like there's still some parts of you that don't believe, need more confidence in yourself, things like this, okay? So maybe start there, maybe start in the confident area of yourself. There's also a lot of energies that you attach yourself to that are connected to other people, okay? Other people's world views, right? Even if, again, even if you consciously don't do it, your subconscious still kind of connects to this, and it kind of brings your world down, because you do have a truth inside of you, Noah, okay? You have a truth and a path where you're going to, and it's like full of excitement and passion, okay? But again, it gets blocked because, other people's opinions and the judgment, and it's not even judgment, not judging you, but it's just their own opinions of how life should be and all that stuff. And sometimes it can cloud your own personal truth, because again, the way we create ourselves, the way we create our timelines is not through logic or anything. It's just through embodying what we are already. So start there, okay? Really, really return to yourself, especially especially if there are lots, because there's a lot of truths in the spiritual community, and some of them are like, this is the truth, and no, actually this is the truth. Well, actually this and this are wrong. This is the truth. Like, cut away from those things, okay? And return to yourself. You have your truth connected to God. Yes, and sometimes there are possible content and people out there that will vibe with your truth, so hang on to that, and then create your own truth from there. You have your own unique expression. That's how the universe works. It's not about solid truth and this and that. It's just about energy, okay? So get real solid on your truth if you already kind of have what it is that you know about the universe, or that you know about yourself, and write it down. When you write it down, it becomes way more solid. Okay, work on your confidence as well. Yeah, and embodying that confidence. And by confidence, it doesn't just have to be meaning affirmations or anything. It's just about maybe even getting up and going out somewhere and saying hi to someone. And I know that's crazy for an empath, but that gives you confidence, because after you're done, even if you get rejected or people think you're weird or whatever, it's like, hey, I actually went out and I said something to somebody or whatever. Practice these things, yeah? Okay. Any messages regarding my finances and love life? Let's see, Kenyatta. I feel like you are waiting for something, Kenyatta. Like you are waiting, like you're waiting for like instead of embodying what you should embody to be able to receive finances, it's like you're waiting on something, you know? Something to be right, someone to come into your life, right? But again, the universe doesn't work like this, right? You have to truly begin to embody who you are, who you want to be, that version of you that already has money, that version already of you that already has a love life, how they feel. They feel already abundant. They feel already well about themselves, right? They feel detached. So you need to detach from these ideas, right? Because you're kind of it feels like you're attached. Let me turn this down. Feels like you're attached to ideas and outcomes. That's what it is. Yeah. Cut yourself away from these outcomes, because then it takes your mind away from the present, puts you in the future that doesn't exist. Bring yourself back to the present by embodying who you think you are in the future. This makes sense? Okay, this is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna be done, okay? Got another super chat. Noah, awesome. Thank you, Edgar. It resonated a lot. Let's go, Noah. Appreciate it. Appreciate the super chats, okay? Okay. Sonali, any messages for my career right now? Interesting. Okay. You have you like what's it called? You have a very, how can I say this? You like to help people, duh, right? That's all empaths, but there's a way you do it. You know what I mean? And for the career that you have or you're trying to get, yes, even if it's not something connected to your spirituality, it doesn't matter, right? It's just about connecting the feeling of, hey, I'm actually being of service to others. Connecting that feeling to this career. Once you do this, then it becomes fulfilling and purposeful. This makes sense? Yes? Okay, perfect. Okay, here we go. Because the excitement, yeah, is what's gonna get you better finances, better manifestations, and better purposeful meaning and fulfillment, which is what your soul's after, right? It's not after money, okay? Obviously, you want to make money to get freedom, but it's not after money, it's after fulfillment and purpose, right? So when you do this and you connect these dots in your mind that this is what I'm doing, I'm servicing others, even if it's not something that is traditional or whatever, it doesn't matter. I connect that to myself. The money will come. The manifestations will come, because then you're now embodying purpose, which means it's going to be easy for you to do this job. It's not going to be so hard anymore. It's not going to be so intense anymore. It's not going to be scary anymore. You're going to embody it more easily because it's what you are. Then that way you're going to be able to move up the ladder in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay? Yes, so connect these things in your mind, okay? Alright. Ooh, it's hot. It's this, I think it's this tea. Alana, I just want to know how I'm in a simulation. Yeah, so this is how it works, okay? All of this, right? The 3D world isn't true ultimate reality. It can be our reality now, but it's not true ultimate reality to our spiritual self, okay? Meaning that, okay, so this room that I'm in isn't an actual place, right? It's a projection of our vision that is light, right? Our vision takes in light and then projects the things that we feel with our senses. So if I look here, I, as a creator being through the light and illusions of light, create this ball. But if I look away, it's no longer there anymore because I'm not creating it anymore. That's how it actually works. It's like a hologram, right? So that means since you are in a hologram of yourself, by the way, that you're sharing with other souls, because other souls are also you. We're like one big being that is evolving. That's why we're all on Earth. Even if there are dark beings there, they are still us. So we're all creating this one simulation. It's like a video game, okay? It's like you put on those 3D glasses in a video game, and that's this place. That's how it is with your spiritual self. Okay? I know this because once there was a time where I felt my spiritual self, my spiritual body, and you can feel the denseness, the darkness of the regular body. This body is very dark and dense to your spiritual body. You know what I mean? And that's how it works, okay? You're not your body. Like, this isn't your true self, right? Your true, this is like an expression of your real identity, which is the soul within, right? Which I guess isn't really an identity because it's just an I am, right? Awareness. That is your true self. The mind is such a puzzle. The twisty and the turns, the knots. I love it. Yeah. The whole game is about the mind, you know? The whole experience is about getting your mind right. Because the heart is always there. The heart is always good. It's just about you reaching your heart so you can get the mind right, you know? It's about connecting the mind to the heart, basically. Divine ego, very true. Divine identity, very true. I feel my guides need to talk to me. Edgar, is it alright to do so, please? Yes, of course. On ensuring the alignment is met and knowing the tasks to be completed. I feel like even though you have questions, I feel like you know you're progressing, Omkra. I feel like you know you're going forward with what you need to go forward with, Omkra. I feel like you know that you're evolving, and I feel like you're also beginning to truly heal, right? By, you know, discovering yourself, and that's, you know, even your dark self and stuff like that, you know? Hmm. Yeah, maybe it's it just feels like you're going, right? Like you're on the path, you know? It just really feels that way, even if you don't feel like you're on the path. All the negative beliefs that you have, right? Because there's a couple in there, and dark things that have happened to you, right? Triggers and things like that. It's all part of this path. You know, there's a belief inside of you already, Omkra, that knows you're on this path. So that already created that timeline, right? So you're already embodying this spiritual identity. You know what I mean? You're already embodying what you are. So now that you're embodying what you are, there's going to be negative things happening for you and all that stuff, right? So it does feel like you are aligned. Maybe not truly completely aligned to higher versions of self, but it's not really about always being aligned to higher versions of self. It's more about just being aligned to the timeline that you're creating in the moment. Okay? I can't really get a message from your guides right now, though. But it does feel like this is what they want you to know. So you can be more at ease about your situations. Look at things through the eyes of, I'm already on a spiritual journey. Greetings and blessings to all gathered. Hello, Jack. What's going on, brother? I got a receipt for a super chat. It doesn't look like my comment came through. Thank you for what I found. Did you send a super chat? It doesn't show them on here though. Okay, that's interesting. Do you have a question or anything like that? It should have come through if it was a super chat. Interesting. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Ah, okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate that. Okay. You actually came right at the end too. I'm actually about to take off now. Gotta go do some other stuff. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I love every single one of you guys, man. You guys know that I love you guys with all my heart. We're all one. We're all a soul tribe. We're all doing our thing. We're all mirrors of each other too, man. This is not a coincidence that we're here. We're all speaking to each other and all that stuff. So we're all mirrors of each other, okay? So keep doing your guys' thing. Keep healing. Keep believing in yourself, man. Like, believing yourself. You literally have to be delusional as hell. You know what I mean? Super delusional. I mean, the most delusional that you can possibly be. Think about how delusional you can be in believing in yourself and be even more than that. Okay? That's how we're going to create our greatest timelines here, guys. All right? Again, thank you guys so much for always supporting these lives, always supporting my message, always supporting my YouTubes and my TikToks and my Patreon and all that cool stuff. Go to the Discord, guys, okay? The Discord for Lightworkers. It's called the Lighthouse. All the links, my Patreon, all that stuff, my one-on-one consultations, all that stuff will be in the video description down below. And I'll be back on Friday, guys, same time at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern time. And yep, until then, guys, namaste.